She picked up, I skipped the usual hello how are you and told her straight up about the mess with the inheritance and Anna. I told her how I was stuck between feeling like I should share because Anna is my sister and feeling like I shouldn't because she hadn't been around for our grandparents in years. When I was done, she said it was important to remember what our grandparents wanted and that it was more about family and how we've all been apart than just the money. We talked for a long time, not arguing, just laying it all out. We ended up agreeing that the money should be split how our grandparents wanted. It wasn't because we were mad at Anna or anything, it was about respecting their wishes and accepting how things turned out with our family. It's tough, but that's just how it is. When I found out Anna was going to challenge the will, I wasn't shocked. I got a letter from her lawyer, and it was pretty clear. She thought she deserved a part of the inheritance. I felt really heavy inside. It wasn't exactly anger or surprise, just this feeling of being really, really tired. I knew I couldn't just ignore the letter. So, I got a lawyer too. He told me that the law was on my side because of what the will said. I didn't have much to say. I wasn't there to make a big fuss. I just wanted all of this to end. The whole thing took months. There were a lot of meetings and papers to sign. I didn't tell many people about it, not even my Aunt Clara who's usually the one I talk to. Talking about it made it feel worse, like I was stirring up all these bad feelings again. On the day the court decided, I was by myself. I didn't go to work. I just waited at home for the phone to ring. When my lawyer called, he just got straight to the point. We won. The will was going to stay the way it was. I thought I would be happy, but I wasn't. I just felt the same. I thanked him and hung up, but then I didn't really know what to do with myself. I thought about calling Anna, but I didn't. Things between us were already pretty bad, and I didn't see how talking would make it any better. I kept asking myself if I did the right thing by not sharing the inheritance with Anna. It was mine by law, sure, but there was this nagging feeling about whether it was fair since we were both her grandkids. I wasn't sure what was going to happen next. Part of me really hoped that Anna and I could fix things. Not just about the money but about being a family again. But then, there was another part of me that felt really tired of all the drama and almost ready to accept that we might never get along again. A few days later, I woke up and checked the mail. Mixed in with the usual stuff was an envelope with my grandmother's handwriting. I sat down and opened the envelope. Inside, there was a long letter from my grandmother. She started off talking about her health and how she spent a lot of time thinking about the family. She got to the point pretty quickly. She explained why she made the decisions she did about the inheritance. She wrote about how she watched me keep my mom's memory alive and that she wanted to honor that. She knew her choice might upset some people, but she hoped I'd understand it was because she loved me and was proud of me. She talked about her love for me, her hopes for my future, and how she regretted any pain the will might cause. She said that family isn't just about who you're related to but who you care about and keep close. Reading the letter was hard. It felt like she was right there talking to me. I had to stop a few times just to think about what she was saying. It was a lot to take in, her saying goodbye and explaining her decisions. She finished the letter by telling me to take care of myself and to remember the good times we had. She signed it the way she always did, and that was it. It made me feel sad because it was like I was losing her all over again, but it also made me feel like she really understood me and what I was going through. I put the letter away where I knew it would be safe, feeling a bit better because of her words. After the whole inheritance issue, things in my life began to calm down. I had a lot of time to think about what had happened. I was busy with work and everyday things, but I often found myself thinking about my family and the arguments over the will. I noticed I had changed since the inheritance issue began. At first, I was very angry, particularly with Anna and my dad, but as time went on, that anger started to lessen. I wasn't completely over it, but my view of the situation shifted. Maybe it was because I was getting older or just tired of feeling angry all the time. Work was a good distraction for me. I got a promotion, which meant I had more responsibilities and a bit of extra income. It felt good to be recognized for my effort and to have something positive to focus on. My job wasn't my entire life, but it was important to me and gave me a sense of achievement. I didn't start any new relationships. I went out with friends, but nothing serious happened. I think part of me wasn't ready for that yet. With everything that was going on, I didn't have the energy or interest to start dating. My relationship with my family, especially Anna and my dad, didn't improve much. We didn't talk after everything that happened with the will. It wasn't a conscious decision to stop talking. It just naturally happened. We didn't have much to say to each other anymore, and it seemed like we were all okay with the distance. Sometimes, I thought about reaching out to Anna, knowing we both were hurt, but I never found the right way or time to do it. However, I stayed in touch with my Aunt Clara. She was a big support when everything was going wrong, and we grew closer afterwards. She understood what I was going through, and it was comforting to have someone to talk to. We would catch up over coffee or chat on the phone. It was good to have her in my life. I had my own life to live, my own choices to make. Maybe one day, things would be different with Anna and Dad. Or maybe not. Either way, I was okay with it. I had to be. That's pretty much where things are. I am managing all right. I have my job, my aunt, and a quieter life without the constant stress of family issues.